Yes, students, our today's chapter number 6, is starting, and the chapter name is Work, Energy, and Power. You are very much familiar to these three topics already in ninth class. You have studied, and we'll be telling you from the basic to the advanced. We'll start with the work first of all, and then we'll study energy, and then we'll study power. Let's start. What is work? So, work is said to be done when the force is acting on a body and the body starts moving through a distance in the direction of the force. So, only then we'll say that work is done. Now, suppose that you have to carry a bag of 10 kg, okay, through a distance of suppose 10 meters, so you'll have to do work. And what if you have to carry this 10 kg of bag through 20 meters? Then we'll say that you have to do more work. So work depends upon the distance covered by the body, and you will be able to move this 10 kg of bag only if you will apply some force. Now say that you'll have to carry 3 kg of bag through 20 meters and 10 kg of bag through 20 meters. So in which of these two you'll have to apply greater amount of force? Obviously for 10 kg you'll have to apply greater amount of force, and the work will be harder to do. So work will be more when you'll be carrying 10 kg of bag. Means when you apply greater amount of force, the work done is greater. So ultimately we come to know that on what factors does work depend. One is force, second is distance. More work you do, more force you apply, more work you are doing. Greater the distance you travel, greater the work you are doing. Similarly, less force result into less work, less distance traveled result into less work done. So we will put this into a picture with a formula, but first of all we'll define work. Work is said to be done whenever a force acts on a body let me make arrangement for the definition. Acts on a body and the body moves through some distance in the direction of the force. Then we say that some work is done. Now to have the expression part for work, we'll study the topic work done by constant force. Suppose if a constant amount of force is applied over a body, it starts moving and covering same distance. So the work done, which is directly proportional to force and displacement, ultimately gives the expression of F into S. Work W is equal to F into S. Means work done is proportional to both force and displacement at the same time. Now, whether work done is scalar or vector quantity? So the answer is work is scalar quantity. And as you can see that force and displacement, they both are vector quantities. So two vector quantities are multiplying to give a scalar. So it's obviously a dot product, and we can write the expression as dot product of F and S, that is force and displacement, to result into the scalar work done. Now, as you all know that the dot product gives us cos of angle. Here we will get the cos of angle over here. What does this mean? Let us say there is a block of some mass m is lying on a horizontal surface, and we start applying a force of suppose F magnitude, making angle theta with the horizontal, and the block starts moving, and as you can see that the block is moving horizontally. So which will be the component of the force? Let's go back to the definition again. Work is said to be done whenever a force acts on a body and the body moves through some distance in the direction of the force. The body is moving along this direction, so we'll have to take the force along this direction only. So F is the force which is acting at an angle theta with the horizontal. So which component of force will be acting along the distance traveled will be this component, and along with theta comes the cos of component, and ultimately you will get the result work will be equal to F cos theta, the component along the displacement, and let's say the distance traveled was S, so F S cos theta, and again we will get F dot S. So either way you take, you consider these two vectors and resulting into scalar, the dot product will be the result into work done. Or you can take the definition along the displacement, the component of the force, that again will result into cos theta and dot product. Okay, now comes nature of work done in different situation. Now let's say the first one, and before doing this, let's discuss the unit of work done as well. In SI system, force, unit of work, okay, force Newton, and distance meter, Newton meter, and we use this work a lot of time, so we consider one of the derived units out of these two, Newton and meter, and we call it joule. Okay, name of the physicist who have researched about work a lot, so he put the name of the unit on his own name, that is joule. And also the dimensional formula. For work done is very simple. Force mLT minus 2 and distance L will result into mL2 T minus 2. Now comes the nature of the work done. In different situation, first we'll study the positive work. When we'll be studying about energy, we'll be requiring about this positive and negative work. So you'll have to remember that work is a scalar quantity, but it is positive or negative. It can be positive or negative. So energy conservation, when we'll study it, so it will be very important part, whether the work is getting done in the positive direction or negative. So positive work, when the displacement is in the direction of the force applied. Suppose this is a block, force is applied in this direction and displacement is in this direction itself, then such work is positive work. W is equal to F S cos, now this will be 0 degree, and we'll get the F dot S, Fs, sorry, cos 0 is 1. Now what can be the examples of it? The body falling freely under the gravity. The gravitational force is in the downward direction, and the body also falling in the same direction is the example of the positive work. Second, a horse pulls a cart. So when the horse pulls a cart, the cart gets pulled in the direction of the force itself. So is another example of positive work. Stretching the spring. Okay, stretching the spring means opening up a spring is the example of the positive work. Let's say that this is a horizontal surface, and on this horizontal surface we are having this spring attached to a rigid support, and then we are having this block. the block is slided over this horizontal surface, the spring gets stretched in the direction of force itself, the displacement is getting done in the direction of force itself. So this is another example of positive work. Comes negative work. Negative work, when force is applied in the opposite direction and displacement is occurring in the opposite direction, then in that case the work done is said to be negative. That means you will be wondering that how is it possible. So I will be giving example of it. Let's say a force is applied in this direction and displacement of the body is in this direction, then in such case the work done will be negative. Why? Because there will be cos 180 degree. Now this you can also take as W is equal to Fs cos theta. This theta is the angle between force and displacement. Now over here you can see the force is applied in this direction and displacement is occurring in this direction. So what angle they are making along with each other is 180 degree. And cos 180 is -1, so that will result into negative work. Now what can be the examples? The very first example is the brakes applied on the running car. When you apply brakes, you tend to restrict the motion of the body in the opposite direction. Okay, you want to stop the motion. You are applying force in the opposite direction. Let's say this is your car and the force is applied in this direction. The car was moving in this direction. Even after applying brakes, the body displaces for some displacement and results into the work done. Now this is the work done, negative work, which is tending to stop the motion of the body. For this F dot S cos 180 degree will be minus of Fs, resulting into negative work. Or let's say an object is thrown in the upward direction. Now when you throw the object in the upward direction, the work done by the gravitational force will be negative. The body is moving in the upward direction and the force is applied in the downward direction, the gravitational force. So the work done by the gravitational force will be negative. Okay, so this is another example of the negative work. Or when a positive charge is moved toward another positive charge. This we are going to study in +2 class. What is the nature? The positive repels positive. They tend to move in the outward direction, but if we make this one of these positive charge to move near the other positive charge, then we'll have to do work against the force of electrostatic, resulting into again the opposition force, and the work done will be negative. The third one is zero work done. Now zero work done means that theta has to be negative, यानी कि force applied and the displacement has to be perpendicular to each other. In that case, the work done will be zero. For example, this you have to remember for a long time, because in +2 class generally they used to ask this question. Any body or any charge moving in a circle, they'll ask what will be the work done when the body moves in a circle. So you remember it, whenever the force, centripetal force is applied, is always in the tangent direction at any point, and the distance traveled is always taken from the radius r. The force always makes angle 90 degree and resulting into zero work done. Secondly, second example, a coolie means is having a load walking on the platform. He applies a force on the load in the upward direction, which is equal to the weight of the load, and he is moving in the horizontal direction. He is applying force in this direction and moving along this S, applying force in the upward. The angle which it is making, the force along with the distance is 90 degree, and again the work done is zero as theta is 90 degree. So this is another example of zero work done. Or you may find different cases where the displacement is perpendicular to the force applied. So in that case, the work done will be zero. Let's discuss about unit again. 1 joule. How much will be 1 joule? When a force of 1 Newton displaces a body by 1 meter, then the work is said to be done. As 1 joule. Work is equal to force into displacement. Let's put all units at one place. 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton, 1 meter. So when force of 1 Newton is applied to displace a body by 1 meter, the work is 1 joule. As simple as you like. Okay. The CGS unit is erg. And erg is 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 erg. You can calculate if you like to. by putting the value of dyne and centimeter over here in the formula, and then you will get the relation between joule and earth. I'll give you some questions later on, and on related on this topic. You'll have to solve the questions and send it back to me. Okay, that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow with the work done with the variable force. Okay.